Welcome to week 3 of our series. In this series, I'm trying to take myself and you as my little accountability buddy through the journey of finding the purpose in our life and finding something that suits our life. For me at the moment is trying to find a remote job and starting my own online business. The online business that I'm trying to start is somewhat of a travel creator and sending emails as a digital marketing strategist. The emails are outreach emails, which I only get commissioned by. So if I make the sale, so to say, I get the commission from it, and it can be recurring for a couple of months depending on the contract they sign. Now, the rundown of last week is that I have started making myself little to-do lists, which I'm going to try and show you. So I've reused one of my old notebooks from 2024, which I didn't end up using. And I've started doing little to-do lists on it. And this over here is what I did for last week. And I slowly crossed them off as I was going through them. Now, not the most advanced situation, but it's working for me at the moment, and I'm going to stick with it till it sticks with me. So that is what I did this week. Now, my main focus this week was to try and read more of the travel ebook that I'm currently going through that I purchased from a creator. And it basically takes me through how to set up myself as a solid travel creator, content creator, and how to reach out to hotels and Airbnb to take photos of their locations for money and a free stay. But I'm more focused on the money, not too interested in the free stays at the moment, because I'm going to try and do it as local as possible. I live in Sydney, Australia, and I think that we've got a lot that we can go by. So I think it works in our favor at the moment because we are in the off season. We are just hitting autumn, going into winter. So I think this is the perfect time for me to get this started and reach out to them to try and get myself set up for success and have a solid portfolio of things that I can show to other hotels and Airbnb once I decide to travel outside of the country again. Now, did I get most of the stuff on my to-do list done? I kind of got halfway through, to be honest with you, because this week has been hectic and somehow I managed to take on more nonsense. I'll explain in a second. So, the first point was to read, get paid to travel more, and I did. I read over 30 pages, I believe. So I feel like that's a good achievement for me this week. I did not send out any outreach emails this week. Read over and sign the contract for iFhub. Now, this is the nonsense that I took on this week, which is delivering catalogs and pamphlets to the neighborhood, and you get paid based on the amount of catalogs that you distribute, basically. But I've been packaging it up, bundling up yesterday and today, and my niece is helping me distribute it, so I'll be paying her something as pocket money for helping me out. And yeah, it's very time consuming. I don't think it's worth it at this point, but I'm going to stick with it for a couple of weeks, maybe. I'll see how it goes. I think it'll get a lot harder once the weather gets bad, like it starts raining a lot more, so I don't know if I'll be able to maintain it, but I'm giving it a go because it's just a little bit of extra money that I can make during the week. Look into global remote jobs. Now, I have done a part of this, and I think I applied for one. Honestly, I cannot remember. I should have written this down, but I think I applied for one like admin, call center-ish customer situation job, which is like shift work. Haven't heard back from them. Did not get confirmation that my application was received, to be honest with you, which is why I'm a bit hazy on if I ended up submitting it or not. So I am still looking at global first companies that hire globally remote. but I'm finding it hard to find entry-level jobs because the knowledge I have is all Australia-based, which is not. I don't know. I need to continue looking into it, but at the moment I haven't found anything super thing that I can stick to and apply for. Research, machine learning and data analyst. Now this I have done, and I have started a little course on LinkedIn Learning about data science, because I think that is one of those online jobs that are quite in demand, and to be honest it seems quite interesting. It's a lot of what I have already done in my current job, but to a much higher in-depth level. So I think it'll be interesting for me to learn that and get some certification around it, so that I'm more hireable in the remote global situation. The next thing I had here is email wedding photographers for quotes, which I have done on Monday. I emailed 3 photographers because we are having a destination wedding later on this year, and I do not have a photographer yet. So I've emailed 3, none of them have got back yet. The next thing I had on my list that I did not do was organize my travel photos and videos. I did start this on week 1, but I did not continue this past week. So once again, it's on my to-do list for this current week. Next agenda I had is agenda. I'm not in a meeting. The next thing I had on my list is to book flights to Fiji for the destination wedding, but I'm still waiting on quotes from another airline that still has not gotten back to me. So I feel like I'm just going to book the flights with the first quote that I got, because to be honest, it seemed quite reasonable and I like the airline. The next one was message my friend in regards to the accommodation for the wedding, and I have done that, so that's off the list. Another thing I had on my list is to message my dad about some family things, which I did that as well. So that's all ticked off from my list. So I actually got through more than I thought, and yeah, cool. So if you made it this far, start making your own list. I've already made my list for this coming week, so week 3 in the journey, and so far I've got added my first 2 YouTube videos, which I kind of have already done. And if you're watching this video, that means that the first video has already gone live, and thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you are here and you are doing this with me. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you are working towards, what you are looking for to achieve from this whole thing. I want to remind you and remind myself, and if I'm watching this back, that slow progress is progress. We are making it through little by little. Change doesn't happen in a day or 2 or a week. It takes a long time. And it took me a while to figure that out. I started so many little businesses in the last decade, and I've never seen any of them through. Thinking about it now, if I would have stuck with the first thing that I started, I probably would have made so much money by now. But it just wasn't meant for me, which is what I keep telling myself now, which is pretty stupid. But we are going to stick to this. I've got a lot on my plate and I need to stay focused. My main priorities are still to stay healthy, make sure I get a reasonable amount of sleep in, and get to the gym as many times a week as I can. I am prioritizing my health as much as I can because I gained a lot of weight over the past years, and it made me not feel like myself again. And I'm finally starting to feel like myself again, which is great because I feel so much more comfortable in my skin and dressing up and whatever the hell. I'm not supposed to be boring you with this stuff, but I'm on different journeys at the moment, so the health journey is a little bit of a priority for me at the moment, but everything else is after that. Now, I'm checking off another thing off my list for this week, week 3, which is film the YouTube video for this week. See, I've been procrastinating it for a little bit, and at the beginning of the week I could feel that procrastination coming on, so I made sure to put it on my list for this week so I can tick that off because I'm doing it now. And if you're seeing it, that means it's live, which means I did it and I posted it, so check. The next thing is to send out at least 5 outreach emails to potential clients, which I really need to get stuck on, because that could be helpful once I get a lead. Check and approve my freelance worker, which I've done this morning actually, so that's another thing. Finish reading the travel ebook, which I think I'm 3/4 of the way through, so I've got about 20 to 30 pages, no, 30 to 40 pages I think left at this point, so we're getting there. Call the tailor for my wedding dress. That number doesn't work. I need to go see them on the weekend, and look up some tax situation for later down the track. So the list is not complete. I find that I keep adding things on as the week goes by, and when I'm working my 9 to 5 job at the office, which is Thursday and Friday, I feel like I write more things down on my to-do list because I'm sitting there and I can't really browse or look at my phone too much. So my brain is trying to tell me, oh, you actually need to get this done as well. Oh, put that down, write it down, because you're going to forget it. And I do. So as soon as I think of it, I try to write it down on my little makeshift. I'm so stupid. Anyways, thank you for watching. This was a bit of a ramble, sidetrack situation. So if you've got any questions, leave them down below. If there's things that I'm doing that you would like to know more about, please leave it in the comments. Let me know. Happy to share, happy to help. And yeah, good luck on week 3. I'll see you next week for a check-in. Bye.